Hello everyone, it's Emily here from Phoenix Gateway. How are you today? I'm very well. I have actually spent a lot of time today in deep contemplation. I've really just spent time alone and recouping because I've had an injury that's just not going away. And I guess the biggest message for me is that if I don't rest and I just don't stop doing, it won't heal as fast as it needs to heal. So I've done a lot of nurturing, a lot of me time today. I'm here to do a reading or a general weekly read for February 6th to the 13th. And I am working with my Sacred Geometry Healing card deck. These are on back order now. I hope to have them soon. But they've got to come from the US, so they take a little bit of time. If you do want them sooner, you can purchase these worldwide. Before I also get into my reading, I'd like to just take a look at my lab product or liquid alchemy in a bottle, which are high vibrational frequencies that I have bottled and have created to work with, to nurture, balance and heal mind, body and soul. They are a divine complementary therapy that can be used pretty much by anyone. If you don't like the alcohol, you can disperse it in water. If you go on to my website, www.phoenixgateway.com.au, you will be able to download the PDF on these and you can see how they can be worked with. But they really are a divine complementary therapy, something that I work with in my everyday life myself. So let's get into this. I'd already started talking before and realized I hadn't even pressed record, so I'd been talking to myself probably for 5 minutes, and so I have started again. Today's reading, I find, is one that really has needed some thought and contemplation, because today is a full moon and it is the full moon in Leo. Leo is represented by the sun. The alchemical symbol of gold is the sun. It is the circle with a dot within. And what we are really dealing with is our pot of gold within ourselves. It's our inner sun or sun. We are the children of the sun. That is something that came to me. I started channeling through Thoth in 2017. It doesn't matter whether it was him or it's not. It was the highest, my highest self. It's that at high frequency that these messages are coming through, that are being channeled through for me, and putting it into perspective. And that comment was, the first line was, we are the children of the sun. I believe we are the children of the stars. The sun is definitely a portal. It is a massive star, and we are birthed through this. You know, we are at present, we are carbon, and we are going into a silica-based frequency. Through the changes that we are creating within ourselves, going through that inner alchemy. And we, you know, when we look at the inner alchemy, alchemy is all about turning lead into gold. But for us, it's about the transformation. It's about what we're here to create on an individual level, on how, you know, the lessons we are here to learn, how we are here to transform, and create an awareness so deep that consciousness evolves and escalates on such a large scale. I'd like to actually read, I've got a dog who just doesn't want to be left alone and just wants lots of hugs. So excuse me for a minute, stay there, Yana. But I'd like to read something that was given to me in September of 2017. And it was birthed through, you know, the essence was through Thoth. And what I wrote is, the time of healing is upon us. rise up and face the sun. Allow the ancient coding of life to fill your mind, body and spirit with the flames of the golden orb. It is time to resurrect your being and bring the glory of divinity and awakening your soul's purpose. Trust in the process you're about to embark on. It is a journey not for the faint-hearted. Our DNA is encoded with a map of the star system. And interestingly, and I'm still not quite sure about why I've written it, but I've written something about Andromeda. So maybe in time it is a little bit, that might be a message for me to try and work out for myself. Maybe it is actually, as I say that, you know, saying that one of my lifetimes is actually Andromedan, which I'm pretty sure, if I think about it, it is as well. Not long after, anyway, I did create this divine template, which is the seed of the soul, the seed of eternal existence. Through my channelings, I ended up finding myself in Egypt in 2018, and I have not turned back. So much so that I am running a tour in October of this year with Yousef Awyan. All details will be below of this reading as well, and you can have a look into it, and you are welcome to email me to find out more about it, and I will put all those details on the bottom as well. But really, it is our time. It is really time that we connect within to the divine aspect of ourself, which is the divine aspect of Source and Sun. So without further ado, I will start pulling some cards. As I'm pulling them, a few other things that have come to me as well is, when I think about the sun, what I do also want to say is that there are things that are going to come to light. And there is going to be a lot of truths that start coming out as well. And the other thing that I know I ask for is that, you know, all will be revealed with those who have been unfaithful, who have lied, who have cheated. And I'm talking, when I say cheated, I'm talking about cheated us as a being on levels that we cannot even fathom. You know, part of my journey and as a parent, what I am witnessing is my daughter who has been affected by this jab that has absolutely caused mass destruction, and has done so, you know, intentionally. And I really found a lot of anger in that before. And interesting again, you know, the sun in Leo, it's about the fire energy as well. And it's for me to understand that this is not my journey. Not in my journey as in terms of we, you know, all have the ability to make conscious choice, conscious decisions. It doesn't make it any easier, but what I do know that there is always other ways in which we can fight. And for me, this is very, very important so that I can help and assist my daughter on many, many levels, as well as others who do come to me, whether it's for healing or for information, you know, or just to talk. But it's knowing that when we start banding together, when we let go of any fears, when we let go of the angers, and when we just allow ourselves to sit in the light, when we allow ourselves to sit in that frequency of love, which is the strongest frequency of all, we are already creating the biggest shifts possible. And it's not just on an individual level, but it is on a mass scale, a mass level. And coming back to my tours to Egypt, this is another reason why I'm doing it. not because of just the last 2 years, because it was already, you know, something I wanted to do way before then, but it stems from my loss. And, you know, back in 2004, I lost my husband to cancer. It was the greatest awakening I could have had at that time. And what I found is that through the journey to sacred sites, being able to, you know, each time I go to one of these places, receiving the most beautiful activations. And it's not about being activated by a person, it's about being activated by a place and being in a space, because you are working in very, very, very high frequency areas that the ancients, you know, knew of and knew that being in those areas would assist on so many levels of their own healing and their own awakening. So let's just pull a few cards to see what does come through for this week. Okay. So I'm just going to put these cards in. The first card, though, interestingly enough, the Labyrinth, Walking Your Talk. I think these are the cards from last week. So as you can see, I actually haven't got them out and didn't shuffle them. So haven't used them since last week, these cards. Let's give them a really good shuffle and see what comes through for the week, please, of February 6th to the 13th. For those who acknowledge the full moon, work with the full moon, know that firstly, it's a great time now to be putting out your crystals, to be charging the crystals. 2, if there are things, emotions, or people, or old outdated belief systems that you need to release yourself of, write them all down. Write down what needs to be released. Write down what no longer, you know, is a part of your life and you don't want to carry it anymore. Write it all down, and my suggestion is burn it and give it to the universe. Give it to the universe. You know, if you have any worries or concerns, put it all down and give it to the universe by burning it, allowing it to be released from your energetic field. And that first card is Genesis Pattern. Again, it is actually, I think, one of the first cards that came through last week as well. We are in the full moon. You know, now's the time for releases. Then we go into planting the seed, okay? And it is an 11, okay? It is our foundations. It is about new beginning. It is about our leadership. It's knowing that there is a fresh start for you. A new start is awaiting. And this is the time. Consciously create change. Consciously, you know, release that is not serving you, okay? Any emails that need to be written, any other aspect of what you need to express and then let go, do it now. If it's an email or if it's a person you actually can't really send it to, still write it. Ask a friend if maybe you could send it to them, or you just send it to yourself. But write it, because when we've got it sitting in our conscious memory bank and it's driving us absolutely insane, you want to let it go. Oh, I like that bottom of the card. It's the love frequency. Okay. Can I have a few cards for today's reading? Metatron's Cube, the All, the Akash, everything that we need is within us. This is the inner alchemy. This is the gold that I was talking about. As above, so below, okay? It's already within us, but it's our time now awakening it. You know, life was never meant to be easy. We chose to come here, though, at this time for a very specific reason. So, as we're here for that reason, we're here to learn, we're here to grow. We do that through trauma, crises, death, we do it through, you know, sadness, and we do it through love and elation and happiness. You know, we do it through everything that each one of us have experienced at this time to date. But it's what we are then grateful for, what we then see as, and we can have gratitude for, because this also helps us on our inner growth, creating the inner alchemy, the transformation, the gold within ourselves. Okay. The pineal gland. This is our pineal activation. And this is the shift in consciousness that we are creating at this point in time. And as we're letting go of all that no longer serves. Okay? We can do this also when we're looking at going through, when we've had that big massive awakening. Things that we can do and be aware of is the foods we eat, the water we drink, the food we ingest, as well as the, you know, other aspects of maybe drugs or smoking, whatever that may be. Also looking at working with sound. Sound is beautiful, and sound is the medicine of our future. We can do it working with color. There are so many different ways that we can work with it, and instruments. So, you know, it's really up to the individual what it is that you want to use as you go through this inner, you know, this change, our inner alchemy activation. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards. And, you know, it's all flowing like the Sri Yantra. Okay. Meditation. Meditation is amazing. Another amazing way for our pineal activation. For conscious awareness. I mean, consciousness is awareness. Conscious awakening. 2 more cards, please, and thank you, and we will leave it there. Yeah. 396, liberating guilt and fear. It's about releasing any aspect of fear. It's releasing any aspect of guilt. It's knowing that whatever, you know, that guilt and fear surrounds, it's already done. It's about how now you can work, you know, to create the changes around it. And first and foremost, it's about letting go of that fear and guilt, because it's not going to get you anywhere. That's done. It's dusted. You know, when we go through life, we don't want to be dragging fear and guilt. Can you imagine, you know, for all the shit that we had to carry, and each little bit of shit, best way to explain it, creates, you know, an extra chain that is strapped to our leg, and that for more and more that we carry, we could end up with meters of chain, you know, carrying, you know, we're walking ahead of we're walking, allowing, I can't even think of my words now, but we're walking with that all attached to us. You don't want that. You don't need all those kilos and that heaviness and that weight. Let it go. Let it go. Last card is protection. At this point in time, protect yourself, protect your energy. Know that you are safe, loved, and protected. And believe, okay? The bottom of the deck at 33. Believe and have faith and know, okay? As you go through these major shifts, as you are creating your own inner sun, your own inner alchemy, there is so much to look forward to. There is so much coming your way. And as soon as you change that perception on how you're thinking, wow, this joy, this belief system is going to come, you know, rushing faster than you can ever believe. Have an amazing week wherever you are, but also be very gentle and kind to yourself. And I really look forward to speaking with you soon. Speak to you next week. Bye for now.